Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about a new chapter of chemistry, that is hydrogen. Before going to the main topic of hydrogen, let us know some of the fact of hydrogen. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe. Nearly 70% of the total mass of the universe is composed with hydrogen, and it is the principal element in the solar atmosphere. Hydrogen is the third most abundant element of the surface of Earth after oxygen and silicon. Next, hydrogen forms the maximum number of compounds than any other element in the world. Hydrogen gas and liquid hydrogen is a good source of energy and has high potential to be one of the most important source of energy in the future, that is called hydrogen economy. Next, the position of hydrogen in the periodic table. The position of hydrogen in the periodic table is highly controversial from the beginning. That's why Mendeleev called hydrogen as the naughty element, because hydrogen has some resemblance with alkali metal of group 1 of the periodic table, and it has some similarity also with halogen of group 17 of the periodic table. Now we will discuss the similarities one after another. The similarity of hydrogen with alkali metal of group 1 elements is they have similar electron configuration of ns1. Like alkali metals, hydrogen has 1s1 electron configuration. Next, like alkali metal, hydrogen lose one electron to be a unipositive cation, that is hydrogen plus H plus. Like alkali metal, hydrogen forms oxides, halides, sulfides, etc. And next, the similarity with halogens. Like halogens, hydrogen can accept one electron to be like the nearest noble gas configuration, that is NS2. Hydrogen has high ionization enthalpy, like other halogens, like fluorine, chlorine, etc., that you can see in the figure. Next, hydrogen and halogens of group 17 and 11 both forms diatomic molecule. Hydrogen forms H2, fluorine, chlorine, etc. forms F2Cl2, etc. Hydrogen combines with elements to produce hydrides like halogens. Example is lithium hydride, sodium hydride, etc. That's why, because of these similarities and dissimilarities with alkali metal and halogens, the hydrogen should be placed separately in the periodic table, that you can see in the figure. Hydrogen, which should be the group 1 element, but it is placed in the middle of it separately in the periodic table. Next, we will move to the topic of isotopes of hydrogen. There are three types of hydrogen we can find in the world, that is protium, deuterium, and tritium. Protium is ordinary hydrogen that has no neutron in its nucleus. Next is deuterium. Deuterium has one neutron in its nucleus and it's sometimes called heavy hydrogen. Next is tritium. Tritium is the only radioactive isotope of hydrogen that emits beta particle and it has two neutrons. Next, preparation of dihydrogen. The laboratory preparation of dihydrogen is very simple. Zinc react with dilute hydrochloric acid or any type of aqueous alkali to produce hydrogen gas. Next is commercial production of hydrogen. The commercial production mainly go through with the electrolysis of acidified water or alkali water, that is electrolysis, and this produce hydrogen and oxygen gas separately, and we can separate the hydrogen gas easily. Next is the industrial preparation of dihydrogen. The industrial preparation of dihydrogen is called the shift reaction, water gas shift reaction, because It is a shift type reaction, and uh, it its principal component is water gas. Water gas is mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. That is why it is called water gas shift reaction. Next, the chemical properties of dihydrogen. Reaction of dihydrogen, we can see the hydrogen, I have stated earlier, hydrogen is very active. That's why it reacts with halogen, nitrogen, metal, non-metal, and even with organic compounds very easily. Reaction with halogens, it gives hydrogen halides. Reaction with metal, it gives uh, hydrides. And reaction of dinitrogen, that is N2, it forms ammonia gas. It is very important reaction. It is, you can see over here, hydrogen 3H2 plus N2 gives you the ammonia 2NH3, that is gas. Okay, it is the name of Haber process. It names as Haber process or Bose-Haber process. Next is use of dihydrogen. Dihydrogen is very important element. As I have stated earlier, it is mainly used as synthesis of ammonia by Haber process or Bose-Haber process. Next, the synthesis of many organic chemicals like methanol. Carbon monoxide reacts with hydrogen in presence of cobalt catalyst to produce methanol. Next, the preparation of hydrochloric acid or hydrogen chloride gas. Next, use of hydrogen is atomic hydrogen and oxyhydrogen torches used for cutting and welding purposes. Hydrogen as a rocket fuel in space research, and dihydrogen is used in fuel cells for generating electricity. Next, the structure of water. The one of the most important compound of hydrogen is water. We will see the structure that you can see in the figure. The water do not possess a linear structure, rather it is a bent structure which has a bond angle of 104.5 degree generally. Next is a structure of ice. The structure of ice you can see in the figure, right hand figure. It is here oxygen atom is surrounded tetrahedrally by 4 other oxygen atom at a distance of 276 pm. Next is the chemical properties of water. The most important chemical properties of water is amphoteric in nature, that is it can act as a base or as a acid in different aqueous medium. That is, with ammonia NH3, it acts like an acid and it acts like a base with H2S. Next, different types of water. Water can be classified into hard and soft water depending on the formation of lather, that is foam, lather. Which produces foam or lather, it's called soft water, and hard water does not give lather with soap. Next is a type of hardness. Soft water we can say is natural water which we can use in daily purposes. Next is hard water. There are two types of hardness. One is temporary hardness and next is permanent hardness. Temporary hardness, it can be removed by simple process like boiling or Clark's method. Clark's method is nothing but reaction with calcium hydroxide. That's all. Next is permanent hardness. Permanent hardness is caused due to the presence of soluble salt of magnesium and calcium in the form of chloride and sulfates in water. The permanent hardness can be removed with treatment of washing soda, that is sodium carbonate, or Calgon's method, or ion exchange method, or synthetic resins method, etc. So What we learn here is temporary hardness and permanent hardness. Temporary hardness is called because of the presence of magnesium and calcium hydrogen carbonate, and permanent hardness is called because of the magnesium calcium's soluble salts that forms like chloride and sulfates in water. Next is structure of hydrogen peroxide. One of the most important compound of hydrogen. Next important compound is hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide similar has a non-planar structure, and you can see the dihedral angle between two planes of hydrogen peroxide is 1.5 degree. In gas phase and in solid phase it is 90.2 degree. Next is the use of hydrogen peroxide. H2O2 is hydrogen peroxide. It has used mainly as bleaching agent. It can be used as hair bleached. Sometimes it is used as antiseptic. It has been sold in the market as parahydrol, and it is used sometimes to manufacture chemicals like sodium percarbonate or perborate, etc. Next is heavy water. Heavy water is used mainly as a moderator in nuclear reactor and ion exchange reactions for study of reaction mechanism, etc. Next is hydrogen as a fuel. Hydrogen as a fuel is going to a very good and important source in future. Here you can see in the table the per gram energy from hydrogen as gas or liquid is very high compared to LPG, methane or octane. So what it signifies? It signifies that it can have a lot of energy, much better than the LPG or CNG or octane, etc. But there is a problem. What is the problem? A cylinder of compressed dihydrogen weighs about 30 times as much as a tank of petrol containing the same amount of energy. And the next problem is the hydrogen gas is very stable as a form of gaseous state, so it has to be cooled to liquid state, and the conversion to liquid state is not very suitable. The hydrogen is converted into liquid state but by cooling to 20 Kelvin of temperature, and these process require expensive insulated tanks, so it is a problem. But for the first time of history in India, a pilot project was launched where using dihydrogen as a fuel in October 2005 for running automobiles. Initially, 5% of dihydrogen has been mixed in CNG for use of four-wheeler vehicles. The percentage will be gradually increased to reach the optimum level. Nowadays, it is used in fuel cells for generation of electric power. We can expect the hydrogen economy, quote unquote hydrogen economy, can be very useful in future. Thank you.